Go.
Great.
All right. I'll turn the controls over to you now.
Thank you, sir. And good morning, Team Elevate around the country, as well as here in Salt Lake City. Stoked that you guys are here, and we're excited to, help connect you to some information this morning that I'd love to present to you. I have been presenting this at the last couple of regionals, and it's about the 3 C's of investment. So, Ron, I do just want to let you know, if you want to go ahead and mute out your mic, that might help with some of the feedback. So, cool. Okay, we're going to jump right in, and I'm going to share this with you guys because some of you haven't been able to see this. I was going to train on this at Super Saturday, but was not able to because of the time. So I'm going to go ahead and share it with you guys. And I'm just getting it pulled up here, so give me 1 second. And yeah, here in this Thanksgiving week, this can be very powerful as you're looking at, when you're sitting down with family, what can you talk about that's safe, that is not going to be salesy, that is going to connect them to potentially what you're doing. It's some of the best times to talk to people in your life about what you've been up to. And the topic that I like to cover is velocity banking. So I want to show you guys how I like to cover that with friends and family so that you can use that this week for your business. I'm just finding it here because it took me to a different place. I can't search my file. That's very interesting. I have like 1 million Dropbox files, and it's not letting me search them. So I will find it here. Just give me 1 second. It's coming up. So with that, though, I used to be pretty leery, I guess would be the right word, about talking to people I knew about my business. And I have stopped being so leery, really, with the help of this concept of velocity banking, because I really, honestly, truly believe this applies to everybody. And velocity banking is something that everyone I've ever interacted with, when I've shared it with them, they have a response which is, oh my gosh, this can't be true, or wow, how does this work? Or it's such an intrigue concept. So I do just want to confirm that you guys can see this okay, because I'm sharing it through my Dropbox file. Ron, if you wouldn't mind, or even one of you guys could chat in and let me know. Thank you, Daryl. Appreciate that. Okay. So Daryl said you guys can see it just fine. So this is the cash combo close. And this is the using math. This is the one-on-one setting that I talk to people about day in and day out about our Renatus product and how they can connect to it and use it in their life to recover cash flow and to build cash flow. We talk about our Renatus opportunity within 4 pillars. You guys are probably very familiar with those. Taxes, banking, business, and real estate. And we do it in that way for a very specific reason. The taxes and banking are about how do you stop the bleeding? How can you recover cash now? And the real estate and business is how do you start building cash flow into your life so that you can build true long-term wealth? Well, what I like to focus on when I sit down with people is I talk to them about those concepts, right? Let's just review what it is that you've seen. So as a review for those of you that are on this Zoom webinar, simply go to epicplanwebinar.com if you would like to see the 4 pillars of wealth. It is 38 minutes long. It's the 4 pillars done by myself, and it's the opportunity presentation by webinar that you can watch for yourself, and you can also share with guests. It's a first exposure webinar, and it's at epicplanwebinar.com, all one word. And you'll be able to see how we lay out taxes, banking, real estate, and business. Basically, we take many of the concepts that we learn in the Essentials and we cover them in a content and value-rich presentation that connects people to what we do here at Renatus. So after they've seen that, I will sit down and I ask them this simple question. What do you want to accomplish? What are your goals? So let's just take this in the context of your brother-in-law at Thanksgiving dinner this week. Well, what I realized is that nobody likes to be sold, but everyone likes to buy things. So don't be salesy, but being good in sales is asking quality questions. I'll say it again because it's worth writing down. Sales is simply the process of asking quality questions. So learn to be a good question asker. And if, as you're with family and coming up on the holiday season, you're at Thanksgiving this week, there's two things I want you to hold in mind for your business and for yourself and for your success, which are good questions and gratefulness. So gratefulness is one of the most important psychological things you could do for yourself. It's also very attractive in life, and people respond positively to gratefulness. Don't use gratefulness as a sales tactic. Use it because you're grateful, but just remember to keep it as a focus in your life and in your business and your conversations, and you'll do well. So when you're talking to your brother-in-law this Thursday, and just ask him questions about his life. I don't think that I would ask my brother-in-law, what do you want to accomplish in life? I would probably talk more general about, what are you guys planning to do next year? Are you taking any trips? And let them express to you what their life is like right now. They might say, the job is killing me. I'm working way too much. They could even mention something about the amount of taxes they're paying. You never know, but you have an incredible vault of knowledge available to you within Renatus. And if you can focus that down into conversations and bring value to your family members and friends that you spend the holiday weekend, holiday season with, then you have a huge opportunity to be able to do well before the end of the year. I want to tell you a secret. The fourth quarter is by far the largest sales quarter of my business. It's because I use a specific closing technique in the fourth quarter of getting the tax savings this year. So I'm going to share that with you right now as well, because it's very useful to propel people to a decision. A lot of people have decided that they like what they hear, that they're interested in what you're talking about, but for them to decide to actually purchase with you, a lot of times you have to have an incentive. Write that down, an incentive for purchase. So in a series of questions, you can talk to individuals at your family gathering or one-on-one about where they're at in life. And when I do that in a one-on-one setting with a guest, I want to know where their credit score is, what loans they currently have, and what their discretionary income is. Once I've established that, then I can go in and show them how to fix things, right? I can give them value of our content. So I talk to them briefly about the number one tax strategy being starting a small business. And this is definitely something that I would talk to my family about on Thanksgiving dinner as well. The fact that before the end of this year, if they would like to recover quite a lot in taxes, if they started a small business, they would have the opportunity to have over 400 tax deductions available, put their kids on payroll, and start writing off their family vacations as business trips. And I would just briefly talk to them about some of those things that are possible. I also like to use the 4 benefits of a rental. The 4 benefits of a rental are cash flow appreciation, deductions, and depreciation, to show them why real estate investment is such a phenomenal return on investment. Because you can put 10 grand into a rental and it will give you 100% rate of return easily because of those 4 quadrants. And that's in Mark Kohler's Tax and Legal Day 2. So then I'm going to focus on and really dial down into velocity banking. Velocity banking is by far the number one closing strategy that I use, Mitch Nelson uses, and high performers in this company uses, because it is such a light bulb concept, and it applies to everybody. Not everybody in the United States wants to invest in real estate and flip houses, but pretty much everybody has debt. So when you focus on velocity banking, you're actually getting to the pain point in people's lives. The thing about sales is you either have to push on the pain to move people to a decision, or you have to pull them towards pleasure to move them to a decision. And so pain is a much bigger motivator than pleasure. So velocity banking helps you dial down on the pain in their life, which is how much interest they're paying. And you need to show them how much interest they're paying, right? Through amortization. One of the ways that I like to share that is through the simple calculator that Jeff Armstrong teaches about in his Seller Finance Note class. It allows you to put their numbers into that calculator and then show them exactly what their amortization is and how much interest they're paying. Then you can quickly just show them, look, if you made a $12,000 principal only payment, you would cut off 4 years off your mortgage and save this much in interest. And they go, yeah, but all I'm doing is converting the debt from a loan to another type of line. And I say, yeah, but let's just do the calculation on that debt. And then you show them how in a line, they only pay, hundreds of dollars for that interest. And in a loan, they pay many tens of thousands. And then they get it. The light bulb goes off and you go, look, all you do is chunk it with your discretionary income that you recover through tax and, 401k savings, and no longer putting money in a savings account. Where I move into the final clincher close is I talk to them about the strategy of the full flip. The full flip is, imagine if you could take all of your debt and put it in one place at one time. The house, the cars, the student loans, the credit cards, all of it in one bucket. And that was available to you through a first position HELOC on your home. And let's just do that calculation. And I'll show them how quickly you can take a massive amount of debt. In this instance, I took $460,000. And if you times it by 4%, it ends at a debt service monthly of $867. That's $867 monthly for the house, the cars, the student loan, and the credit cards, as well as Renatus. $867. And so then you just take your total income minus your new total expenses, and you have a whole lot more cash flow. You take that new cash flow number, divide it by the total debt that's in that bucket, and you show them how they'll pay off their house, their cars, Renatus, everything in less than 6 years. And then I like to show them the quick calculation that Renatus and a 4% credit card using the velocity banking strategy, $19,994 is only $66 a month, right? Even if you just bought Renatus on a card. Now, if you got it on a 0% card, it's free. It's totally zero. So these are some of the books that have helped me pull together the resources to be able to improve myself, improve my skills, and improve my sales process. I highly recommend that you take a screenshot of these books. Every one of these is in our Audible account. And then I also recently got a new app that I'm really enjoying. It's called Playster. And it has like millions of audiobooks plus all the music plus movies and all that stuff. And I'm liking that one a lot too. So those are some of the books. Read those. They're very good. They'll help you improve, because you will improve your results when you improve your skills, right? That's the thing about this business, is you have the ability to improve day by day, month by month. And as you improve, your leads will improve. As your leads improve, your closes will improve. And as your closes improve, your income will improve. So that's my cash combo close. To talk to them, to recap, the 4 pillars, to ask them what they want to accomplish. And in that process, I talk to them about where they're at now, credit score, loans, and income minus expenses. I show them how to recover some income and discretionary income, and talk to them about the power of real estate through the 4 benefits of a rental. Then I share velocity banking chunk strategy with them by pulling an amortized calculator. Let's see if I have a little bit of time. I think I can show this to you guys, and I hope that it comes up. So give me 1 second here. Let me find that correct calculator. It's this one right here. I'm hoping that you're seeing this. that's not what I wanted to push. So this is the calculator here that I use. This is what Jeff Armstrong talks about. It's a simple app, but what I do is this was a person's loan right here that I inputted their loan. They have a 3.5% loan. They owe 130,000 on the house. They have 264 months left, so their payment is 706, right? And so that's pretty good. And then I just simply showed them, let's just look at your amortization. You know, so in this calculator, you can pull that up, and you can show them exactly. Oh, sorry about that. I pushed the wrong thing here. But you can show them what's going on. You can show them exactly month one where their interest and their principal are on their specific loan. And you can go down, and I told them, let's just take $12,000 off of 260. So once we get to 248, tell me what month that is. And I went down like this. We made it to 248 at month 29. Do you guys see that, month 29? So I just asked them to take 29 and times it by the average interest he's paying, which is about, let's call it $830. 29 times 830 was how much interest he's paid to pay down 12,000 of principal. So let me just show you how I drew that up for him here on my device. I just simply said, look, take 29 months, times it by $830 will equal set amount, right? I don't actually have that calculated right now because this is your loan structure. And all we're going to do is restructure your debt into a line structure so you save a lot of interest. So 29 times 830, he would pay $24,070 for his loan for $12,000 of principal reduction. Okay, so I said, so let's just look at that same debt on a line, $12,000 on a line. Let's times that by a 4% interest rate, right? So 12,000 times 0.04 will equal $480. And that's it.
Hey, John, we can't see it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shucks. Give me a second. Thank you, Shirley.
Okay.
So I was drawing it for you guys, but simply put, that's all I do, is just draw it out on a whiteboard or on my iPad, and I just draw the numbers. I just say to them, here's the numbers. You can pay $24,000 for $12,000 in principal, or you could pay $500. What would you like to do? And they see it, they get it. Light bulb goes off, and I say, great, sign right here. Let's get you started. You know, don't give it all away. Just give enough away so that they have enough intrigue to make a buying decision, right? So with that, you guys, that is what I would recommend that you do this holiday season. Grab a Surface or an iPad, take it with you. When your brother-in-law, mother-in-law, whatever, when they ask you what you've been up to, you can show them. You can say, look, I just applied this to my own debt, and it's really cool. It's a strategy I'm learning. It's awesome. On a final note, my wife and I have gotten to a place where, with family in particular, we're just going to gift them the Essentials program, because I have a lot of family members asking me about this stuff all the time. And I don't want to spend time with my family talking about business all the time. So, you know, we're finally at a place where we're just giving Essentials to our family members this year, because I believe it is that valuable. I literally am making it a Christmas gift to different family members that have expressed interest, so that they can see what I've been talking about and they can apply it in their own lives. That's how valuable it is. I'm actually paying for it for them. And that's a new place that I'm in now. I know many of you aren't financially at that type of place, but I would just want you to know that if you are just starting in this business and you need tax deductions this year, become an IMA and sell an Essentials before the end of the year so you can write off your education. If you're like towards the end of the year and you haven't sold one, then just buy it for somebody as a gift. Make your first $500 commission and be able to write off your education purchase on your 2017 taxes. Cool? So with that, you guys, enjoy this Thanksgiving. I'm grateful for all of you and thankful for each and every one of you, and just grateful for this opportunity that we all have together. Have a fantastic week. Enjoy time with the family, and we'll talk to you next week. Have a good one, everyone. Goodbye.